the breakdown psychology of Squidward, SpongeBob. Welcome back to Director's Choice. Every TV show character, whether human or animated, is unique and special in their own way. They each have features, flaws, personalities, and pains that make them who they are. While some characters are easy to understand, others are more complex and confusing. For example, Squidward's tentacles. When most people think about Squidward, all they remember is the grumpy guy who works with SpongeBob. But Squidward is a lot more than that. There are many unique layers to his personality, which is why today I'll be breaking the psychology of Squidward tentacles. SpongeBob only has a few main characters that we get to know throughout the show, and Squidward is one character that definitely leaves a mark. His grouchiness, cynicism, love for the finer things, hatred of SpongeBob and Patrick, and his shocking loyalty are just a few of the things that make his character so unique.
Oh no, that didn't just happen. Please tell me that didn't happen.
What happened?
So without wasting any more time, let's get into the breakdown of Squidward's psychology. His personality. Squidward is a lot of things. He is apathetic, sad, rude, pessimistic, grouchy, and grumpy. He never has a nice thing to say about anyone, and he is very vocal about his dislikes for the people around him. Squidward is honest, which means he's always ready to tell people just how much he despises them. A perfect day for him would be sitting at home painting a self-portrait, lounging in a bubble bath, or playing his clarinet. Unfortunately, peace like this is always far from Squidward because he lives in between the two most annoying people in Bikini Bottom. Now, while we all love Patrick and SpongeBob, we must admit that they are painfully annoying. It's not shocking to see that Squidward doesn't like them. They've destroyed his house on several occasions, caused him unimaginable pain at least 10 times, and ruined his life in various ways. The further he is from them, the happier he'll be. Squidward is selfish and self-obsessed, which can be seen from many self-portraits he has in his house, and the many more we've seen him create throughout the show. Squidward's view of the world is pessimistic. He hates his job at the Krusty Krab, especially because it means working with SpongeBob.
Someone please answer this phone. What do you want?
Squidward is by far one of the smartest characters on the show, and he clearly knows this. To him, the people in Bikini Bottom are nothing but classless morons and uneducated buffoons. He is very egotistical, often believing that he is better than everyone else around him, which prevents him from seeing his own flaws. And if he ever notices his flaws, he is quick to blame everyone around him. Every bad thing in his life is someone else's fault and never his. Squidward is devoted to his dream of becoming an artist, and he is never willing to praise anyone else for their work. He gets jealous easily and always handles it poorly. His need to be better than everyone else usually takes over his ability to reason sensibly. The sad part is that Squidward may speak like he's better than everyone else, but deep down, he doesn't really believe it. He would rather be anyone else but himself. He had no problem impersonating Squilliam Fancyson, just so he could walk a day in the shoes of someone he greatly admires, even though he would never admit it. He would also never admit that he has no true talent. He may think himself an artist, but his clarinet playing can make a baby cry, and his paintings are not great, to say the least. However, there are a few exceptions. There have been episodes where Squidward's clarinet playing wasn't so terrible. In most cases, his attitude is what gets in the way of actualizing his dreams of fame and fortune. Maybe if he painted something that wasn't himself, he would be able to find a buyer. Squidward clearly has potential if only he would put in the work to make his dreams a reality. If he spent more time perfecting his art and less time hating the world, he would have probably gone a lot further. Squidward is a crazy competitive and has a tendency to take small competitions a tad bit too far. Like the time he turned a snowball fight into a full-on snowball war with a huge snow fort and everything. Squidward has a deep love for the finer things, and he hates the fact that he's not living the life he believes he deserves. He's unhappy with his life and the way things turned out. He clearly believes that he was made for more, but unfortunately, his reality says otherwise. Despite all the bad, there is still some good in Squidward. He has a caring heart, no matter how deeply buried it is. Squidward may hate SpongeBob, but if SpongeBob ever really needed him, then he would be there to defend him. His social life. After hearing how bad Squidward's personality is, it shouldn't come as a surprise to you that he has no social life. Squidward's life revolves around work, art, and hating SpongeBob. He hardly goes out or tries new things, and he would rather stay home where he can avoid everything and everyone. The best he has ever done in terms of socializing was invite a friend over, but that didn't go so well. His relationships. Squidward has a bad relationship with most people. He hates almost everyone in Bikini Bottom, but there is no one he hates more than SpongeBob. The only other sea creature that can evoke something similar to the hatred Squidward feels for SpongeBob is Patrick. Squidward hates SpongeBob and Patrick because all they do is make his life miserable.
He's spoiling myself.
Their loud noises, annoying games, and inability to realize when they're not wanted make them the absolute worst people to be around. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that these two enjoy ruining Squidward's life. In fact, they have a special day, particularly for annoying Squidward. They know he doesn't like them, but they disturb him anyway. The worst part is that they actually can't take what they dish out. In the episode where Squidward gets electrocuted, he becomes just as annoyingly nice and painfully intrusive as SpongeBob and Patrick are. It didn't take long for Squidward's new attitude to upset the people who treated him the same way. As for Mr. Crab, Squidward's relationship with him is the typical boss-worker relationship. Squidward may sleep on the job, but when Mr. Krabs wants something done, he gets it done. Like when Squidward dressed up as a Krabby Patty because Mr. Krabs sent him to bring SpongeBob back to the restaurant. This isn't always the case, though. There are many times when Mr. Krabs giving Squidward orders only motivates him to be lazy. Squidward doesn't respond well to authority, and he would rather be the one giving the orders than the one receiving them. He hates the Krusty Krab, but he has no choice but to keep working there. He would do anything to get out of work, and has lied about his health on numerous occasions so he won't have to work. Despite Squidward's obvious hatred for his job, he never even attempts to find a new one. Probably because he is too lazy to go through the job hunting process, or because he's too attached. Squidward has been by Mr. Krabs' side for a long time. Squidward has a non-existent relationship with the rest of the people on Bikini Bottom. The only time he ever talks to them is when he's taking their orders at the Krusty Krab. His morality. When it comes to morality, Squidward's compass is way off. He is capable of lying, cheating, and stealing if it means he gets what he wants. He places his own selfish needs above everyone, their needs, and their feelings. Becoming rich and famous is all Squidward really cares about, and this often causes him to do some pretty terrible things. For example, he took credit for making the David statue when the actual creator was SpongeBob. He also tried to steal a dance trophy that rightfully belonged to SpongeBob. Conclusion. Squidward is an incredibly complex character. There are times when he seems predictable and other times when he shocks us by doing the exact opposite of what we expect him to do. What do you think about Squidward? Is he really a bad person, or is it the people around him that make him act the way he does? Do you think I nailed his personality evaluation? Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, check out this recent clip by Director's Choice. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification button.